Amazing.
That is football.
Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you an NFL Week 2 preview between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Let's start with the Cowboys in this game. Now, you know you're going into a hostile environment with the 12th man out there in Seattle, so I would say more of a silent count and quick game, quick passing game, quick tempo type of pace versus that over-aggressive defense of Seattle and also the crowd. So that way you can stay on pace offensively. So don't be afraid to go silent and also keep the pace up, no huddle type of situation to help you out on the road. Also look at the fact that running out of spread formations could be a benefit this week. You don't want to keep it condensed. You want to run out the spread. You have two outstanding tailbacks that can be effective out of spread formations in DeMarco Murray and also Felix Jones if you get him some carries early on. Now, Romo's pre-snap reads versus the New York Giants was outstanding. Every time he saw the Giants shift coverage, he audibled out, threw it down the field, took chances. I like that about Tony Romo. I think he has to do the same thing. So his pre-game reads, his pre-snap reads, are outstanding. If he can do that this week, that's going to go a long way in equalizing, neutralizing what the crowd is going to try to do to get him off balance. Now, defensively, they also had good run fits versus the Giants. That's why the Giants weren't able to run the football. They're going to have to play with that same type of style this week. Get your run fits, allow your linebackers free reign to the football, and you can stop beast mode, Marshawn Lynch, and also Robert Turbin in the backfield. And the killer C's, you look at Barry Church, the strong safety. You also look at Morris Claiborne and also Brandon Carr. Those guys played a phenomenal game last week. They were up in the grill of the Giants wide receivers. This is a easier matchup, so you can get in the face of these Seahawks wide receivers and take advantage of those individual battles. And pass protection has to be the X factor. Romo got himself out of a lot of sacks last week, and you don't want to get him scrambling around, especially on the road. Now, you look at Seattle in this ball game. Golden Tate was missed last week, and this week, it looks like he's going to return. So with him back in the lineup, you want to get him the football quickly. Why? He was a former running back, so that means he has tremendous run after the catch skills. Get the football in his hands quickly, allow him to make one miss and gain yards. Also, you might want to have one or two running backs in the backfield when you're in shotgun to help combat the 3-4 pressure that the Cowboys will bring. It gives Russell Wilson more time in the pocket because you already know the offensive line is a little weak, especially on the interior, and so you want to keep two backs back there or even one back to help neutralize that pressure. And don't be afraid to get a second tight end in there as well to help out with the pressure. Now, defensively, you want to finish plays versus Tony Romo. Tony Romo is an escape artist. He can get outside the pocket. He can escape sacks. Finish plays, if you have your hands on him, you got to bring him down. And team defense versus the running game. 11 guys to the football. You got to fly around, get there, and put the guy on the ground. And Cam Chancellor versus Witten is going to be the big matchup because he's healthy now. That's Romo's security blanket. Take him away. You take away a third of what the Cowboys want to do throwing the football. X factor has to be the line, two defensive ends, Chris Clemens and Red Bryant. These guys have to make sure they collapse the pocket. Don't allow Romo out the back door, and you can have a chance to beat the Cowboys, especially at home. Now, you look at the positional breakdowns in this matchup. You look at the quarterback. I think Dallas has the advantage right there with Romo doing a lot of good things right now very early in the season. They're even in the backfield. I love both guys' backfield, and I think the receiving core right now is more consistent in Dallas, along with the tight end position. I think they're equal on the offensive line. They have their strengths, but they also have some questions. D-line, I have to give the edge to Seattle. Big defensive front. Linebackers, Dallas by far. DeMarcus Ware is a guy that can really cause problems. Defensive back, I think they're even in the secondary. I'm a big fan of the Seahawks secondary, as well as what I saw last week from the Cowboys. Special teams, Leon Washington, game breaker last week. And that's why I like the Seahawks special team, especially when you're playing at home. That always helps. Huge game right here. This is a pivotal game in the NFC for both teams involved. I like the Cowboys to win the game. I can trust their receiving core more than I could trust the receiving core of the Seattle Seahawks right now. Plus, that defense will do a great job of stopping the run and putting the Hawks in third and long situations. So I take the Seahawks to lose at home. I know it's blasphemy, but I think the Cowboys do a great job of putting this team away on the road.